This is the video for the main program of the sorting game. It starts out with branch if equal task to 0 to AA. Here at AA is where it initializes games. The next line, put the absolute value of game number in the game number to make sure it's not negative. Then branch if equal the game number to the was game number to AC. Well, if they're equal, it means it was running this game last cycle, so it doesn't have to be initialized. But if it is a different game, then it has to be initialized, and it comes down here. Sets the was game number to the game number, sets task the value of 1, and then uses the stat action to set up a sequence of notes to be put in the blue note box. Then it does a call to subprogram 1, tab 0 to initialize the game. Then it exits. Well, the next cycle around, it's going to go to AC because these two will be equal. Then it's going to set the blue note box to note 1. Then the next two instructions have to do with YouTube videos, so we'll skip them. But after that, it has 3 calls here to subprogram 1, tab 1, then it goes to tab 2, and then it goes to tab 3. After that, it sets the font, the bold 22 points, a color of a dark red, XY value to 1125, puts the text on the screen of game number, then it adds a little to X and asks for the game number. Well, if we execute the program, we'll see that's right here, game number. Now I've highlighted the rest of the main program. Sets XY position to 205, tall Y to 18240, sets a color to a light blue and says rectangle fill, and then it says that rectangle is clickable as click number 2. Then it sets or adds a little to both X and Y. Then it sets the font to bold 13 points, the color to yellow, and says put the text in that box, I assume, toggle the answer on off. Then it checks to see if click 2 happened. If it didn't happen, it goes to AE. But if it did happen, it adds 1 to the value of show answer and then mods it with 2. So show answer is a 0 or a 1. It's off or it's on. And every time you click it, it toggles it the other way. Then it sets J to 0, and for I of 0, down here to 11, which means it'll go around here 12 times, it's going to take the digit part of each word and put it at this location in page A, and then it's going to ask what the value of that position is and put it in V, and then it checks V against the index values of the sort. And if they're not equal, it goes to AG, which is down here. However, if it goes around all the times and it's always equal, it'll then fall down here, do a tick with T on 14. Well, it's modding the timer with 14, so it's going to be a value that goes 0 to 13, 0 to 13. It's going to blink. They match. Branch if less than or equal T less than or equal to 7, go to AG, so it doesn't show it. But if it's not less than or equal to 7, it'll come down here, add a little to X, a little to Y, make the color a dark red, change the font to bold 30 points, that's pretty big, and put the text they onto the screen, add a little bit to Y, and put match onto the screen. Well, let's go look at that. We'll execute the program. Here it's blinking, they match. Well, this is the end of the video for the main program of the sorting game.